What is up? Welcome back to Outside the Top 25. I am your host, Rob Fox. I am joined, as always, by Dan Regester, and we're here to talk about your mediocre-ass college football team and make picks on the fun games.
Why?
Why?
Why can't we talk baseball, Rob? What happened to Tomahawk?
It's on hiatus till February.
Seems to happen a lot. Like anytime the season just comes to a swift halt, you guys don't really own it. You don't do like a wrap-up episode. You don't really want to talk about it.
No. You know what? I don't want to hear it. At least win a World Series before you start talking shit. Get Bryce a ring.
Maybe beat us.
Get Bryce a ring.
Start my own podcast called Ring the Bell.
Get Bryce a ring. All right, you're Mike Trouting.
For whom the bell tolls.
You're Mike Trouting Bryce Harper right now.
Oh my God, the people that were like throwing out numbers at me, stats. Not at me, but at like the general public, being like, "Oh, Mike, like don't even mention Bryce Harper in the same breath as, Mike Trout."
Oh, Mike Trout. Yeah, Mike Trout is definitely a better baseball player than Bryce Harper.
Get in the playoffs, dog. I'm an eye test guy.
Fair enough.
Get your data out of here. Also, Mike Trout should be a Philly, so everyone knows that. He's an honorary Philly.
I definitely hope he's never a Philly. But, yeah.
He's a giant Philadelphia sports fan.
He needs to get the fuck out of
Anaheim. Yeah.
Or Anaheim. I guess he can go to the Dodgers if he wants, but...
No.
The Dodgers kind of lose
Do you
all
want
the
that?
time too. No, I don't want that on the fucking Dodgers. Stay in the AL.
No, just...
Stay in the AL.
Come to the Phillies. You guys can have Ohtani. We'll take fucking Trout.
I would take that deal in a second.
Should you take that deal?
Yeah.
I'd take that deal.
I'd take that deal in a second. We're not here to talk baseball, though.
I think we are. I don't care. My school, I can't even talk about my school this week because we're going to get plowed by Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, you're playing a ranked team.
Although I said Moneyline, baby. UCF.
Did you sprinkle?
If there's one thing Gus does, it's win games he's not supposed to.
Yeah, 100%. That's his MO.
We have the fourth, I believe, highest Russian offense in the NCAA.
Okay.
We also have the fourth worst Russian defense.
Okay. That feels like that doesn't bode well.
Not good.
For Oklahoma.
No.
Yeah. Like,
you think we'd have it down, though, with playing our offense every week.
Right.
In practice.
Yeah. You think
doesn't translate,
it would be so hard mode in practice that game mode would be easier most of the time.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just kind of like this placebo effect in our offense's mind that it's so easy to run on our defense in practice that it translates to the game.
Yeah. Every down is BP for them. You know what I mean? Every down is they're just hitting fastballs down the middle.
Speaking of guys that can run really well, we'll open up with Kansas State.
Yeah. This is
a true freshman, actually.
Yep.
Avery Johnson.
Yeah.
This sunshine-looking-esque.
Yeah.
Very fast teenager.
Mm-hmm. Baby-faced as fuck.
Super baby-faced.
Yeah.
Also, I think one of the highest recruits I think Kansas State's ever gotten.
That wouldn't surprise me.
They don't
ever recruit high.
I think he's a 4-star.
Okay.
If you look it up. Doesn't really throw the ball. Has only come in for packages where it's clearly a designed run.
So he played a fair amount of snaps in the Mizzou game. Yeah, he's a 4-star because that's when Will Howard got hurt a little bit or whatever. Man, it was all also for design runs. I don't think he threw the ball once.
Yeah, he's like a wildcat quarterback.
Early Tebow.
He is a quarterback. He can throw.
He's a freshman Tebow kind of. Dude, he was picking up chunks at will.
Dude, he had 5 touchdowns last week.
He was so fucking fast.
He won them the game.
It was
in Lubbock.
Dude, K-State probably beats Missouri if they just left Avery Johnson in. And by the way, K-State fans, I have been kind of following their year because it's fun for me. Because
they don't like down in town zone Will Howard.
Dude, no, they are turning on Will Howard. After that Missouri game, I remember a bunch of them saying or not the Missouri game, the Oklahoma State game, but they were getting mad during the Missouri game too. I just remember reading a bunch of K-State fans being like, Howard had been getting lucky. A lot of balls that should have been interceptions were dropped or just magically not caught or whatever. And he's never been accurate, and they get really frustrated with him. I I hadn't necessarily seen calls for Johnson to play yet, but I don't know why you don't at this point. Will Howard hasn't looked very good all year.
Kleiman said he's going to use both because they're both useful.
I guess
you can still win the Big 12. Still in it.
they can. They only have one Big 12 loss. Yep.
Texas has one now. They'll play Texas.
Yep. Well, do they play OU?
I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't think so, though. I don't think they do.
They don't play everyone anymore this year.
Yeah.
Because there's 12 teams again in the Big 12. K-State, actually, other than the Texas game, they got a nice, easy slate here to end the season. And we're going to talk about one of their games today. They could easily show up in the Big 12 title game.
I'm still holding hope on that Big 12 title
So they have
ticket.
one Big 12. I mean, this might end up being a mirror image of last season for them, right? A non-con loss, one conference loss.
Home game against TCU, coming off a big win. Houston, they stink.
They have 2 road games left, and it's their 2 toughest opponents left on the schedule.
Texas and Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I think they definitely beat Kansas. They both share a common loss in Oklahoma State. I think Kansas State is still the better team overall. And then it's just at Texas. I mean, they control their fate. They completely control their destiny.
Let's be real. Texas is not a home crowd that I'm afraid of.
No, never. Literally never.
It's like playing a pro game
Yeah.
in Tampa.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I like this. I like Kleiman doing what he needs to do to just get wins.
And who knows? Maybe Gundy turned it around after that bye.
Wins against Kansas and K-State for Oklahoma State are that's not bullshit. Those are good fucking wins.
It's just, you're going to look back. I mean, Oklahoma State could honestly, if they really wanted to. No, they lost to Iowa State. Never mind.
I do think Gundy.
But they could also control their destiny to the Big 12 championship.
That's so fucking funny.
Because they're playing West Virginia this week, which we'll talk about later. But, I mean, they got Bedlam.
And obviously,
that's really it.
Obviously, they have Bedlam. It's at Oklahoma State, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking circled.
They play Cincinnati at home.
The last Bedlam game for until further notice.
They play us. We stink. They play Houston. Houston stinks. They play BYU in Stillwater.
Do you think that Oklahoma State and K-State, for that matter, or anyone else
playing...
What if
Oklahoma State goes to the Big 12 championship after losing to South Alabama 33-7?
Fucking dope. That would be glorious.
That'd be hilarious.
I just want a K-State, Oklahoma State Big 12 championship. You got to think that
Texas just stumbles.
That you got to think the Big 12 is going to do whatever they can to keep.
No, I guess K-State beats Texas. Texas has 2 Big 12 losses. They're out. And then somehow Oklahoma just loses 2 games from now.
Yeah.
I guess the Oklahoma State game and
then one random.
That would be hilarious if we had a rematch of K-State, Oklahoma State in the Big 12.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking funny.
Yeah, because Oklahoma still got to go to Kansas. They got Bedlam. They got BYU at BYU.
Yeah.
That's a creepy game.
Yep.
And they got us this week, man. They got us.
That BYU for OU is definitely an interesting one.
That is. BYU stinks, but at home they're just weird.
Yeah. And what is it? They're vampires?
They are. Their record at night is so much better, so much more, the winning percentage is so much higher than them during day games.
Yeah, at BYU or just
no,
in general?
anywhere.
Anywhere?
In general.
Ooh,
yeah.
I love that. Yeah, so I like this move from K-State, to be honest. Just keep it, I don't know, keep it fresh, keep it interesting. You can't just let Will Howard drop back.
He's a liability at this point. I
Yeah.
thought he was a potential dark horse for the Heisman, or hand up before the season started. I'm like, oh, dude, he might have a just classic Skylar Thompson K-State year.
A lot of people had K-State as a dark horse for the playoff.
Or like a Klein type season.
Yeah. He was their offensive coordinator, by the way.
I know.
Oh. Who they're not necessarily in love with either, the fans. It's rough. I kind of don't think you should ever hire an alum. Obviously, it doesn't totally make sense because you got Kirby Smart at Georgia and stuff like that.
Or Colin Klein. I don't know why I said Calvin Klein.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
But a lot of times, for every Kirby Smart, there's just a beloved former player who you end up fucking hating.
I mean, just ask Nebraska.
Yeah, ask Missouri. As Missouri in football and basketball.
That was like a big staple for a bit. When Michigan was hiring Harbaugh, they're like, "Oh, he's a Michigan man."
Right.
It worked out.
It did. Yeah.
But it took a bit, and people were getting
wanted him gone.
They were getting pretty impatient with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like to write. I honestly think you should only be able to hire coaches that went to your school.
That'd be funny. But you got to keep going with that further, and you can only recruit players from your state.
UCF coach Dante Culpepper.
Yeah. But you could
offense coordinator Mackenzie Milton.
You're in Florida though, so you're good.
Yeah.
Although Missouri's cranks out decent guys, but yeah, I love that. Like, say goodbye, Ohio State, Michigan.
No, Ohio's a good. Ohio's a top 5 football state. Probably.
Say goodbye, Michigan.
Maybe not top 6. I would say obviously the big 3: Florida, Texas, California.
I probably put Georgia ahead of.
Georgia's
Ohio.
up there. Louisiana's up there. Weirdly.
Yeah, actually, another one that's really high is Virginia. I feel like.
I would take Ohio over Virginia.
Okay.
High school football. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I know what you're talking about, like Newport News and that area.
Yeah, there's a lot of big dudes.
Where Vic came from, where Iverson came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Let's get into the picks this week. We make all our. Oh no, I'm sorry. We have to talk about our record first.
Yeah.
You want to go over it this week since you have a computer?
Okay. I went 9-5 last week. Not bad. Yeah.
Good week.
0-1 my money line pick. So hand up. Georgia Southern did not deliver. Went against your Dukes.
I know.
I should never do that. Rob, you went 9-7. Not bad.
I'll take
It's a pretty good week for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went 1-0 on your money line dog.
And let's take a second to talk about that money line dog. That money line dog was a 9.5 point dog. I didn't take a 3-point dog. I took Iowa plus 9.5 as my money line dog.
Really, is it that surprising?
I'm just saying that's a bigger.
Iowa is going to go 11-1 this year.
That's a bigger payout.
I know.
Than a fucking
It was a good call. I had Iowa too. I think. If I was to recall.
Just say it. Put some respect. That was a big line. That was a big fucking line.
You had more balls than I did. You took the money line. I took the points.
Scared money don't make money.
Well, I sure ain't been scared this year because I've been losing a lot of money. Just on dumb picks too.
Well, like heat checks.
Yeah.
And you quadrupling down on who was it?
Dude, honestly, so
was it K-State, wasn't it?
Yeah. K-State's cost me so much money. Betting against them and then betting on them.
Depending on the week.
I hit that, the wild card round for baseball, hit all 4 teams.
Yeah.
Parlay, paid out like $1,600 or whatever. And then I lost it all because I'm like, there's no fucking way Kansas State's going to lose this game.
Right, to Oklahoma State.
And then they kept getting down. I'm like, all right, juicier price. $200 on 3-1, $200 on 4-1. And then eventually, they just didn't win.
Didn't do it.
You know what? They didn't lose. The time just ran out.
Yeah.
Time just ran out.
I hate that. That is the worst Michael Jordan quote. That Michael Jordan quote is one of the worst sports quotes of all time. One of the worst quotes in history of all time.
He's got a few.
I never lost a game. Time just ran out. Oh, the game ended? The game ended. And
Rob, the roof is the ceiling.
I hate that. That's almost as bad. That's as bad as that Robert E. Lee quote we made fun of on Softcore History a million years ago. That everyone yelled at us about on TikTok. That was really funny.
What was it?
It was, it is good, war is so terrible, lest we grow too fond of it. But the whole point is, well, if it wasn't terrible, then it wouldn't matter if you grew fond of it. You asshole. You moron. What are you? The logic doesn't make, there's no logic to that statement.
So on the season, I'm 66, 46-1, 20 games above 500.
Look at you. I think it's 58% is what you're at.
Am I?
I did the math earlier because I wanted to see.
Just to double check you because you're not great at math.
I did a calculator.
66 plus 46.
It's 112.
112, so 66.
Out of 112.
Yeah, 58.9. So come on, man. Come on.
We don't round up here.
All right. Well, I want to get to that golden 60%, though.
Mm-hmm. Is this a good week to do it? We're picking on mybookie.com, where if you use the promo code Drinking Bros, I believe it expires today.
110%.
110% of your deposit.
Today or tomorrow, because this is coming out Thursday.
Yeah. That's what I mean. If it's not 110% still, it'll be 100% of your deposit. So you'll either double your money or you'll get 110% of your money you put in. So if you put in if you put in $100, you'll get $110. Put in $1,000, you get $1,100. Blah blah blah. You get the idea. MyBookie.com is where we get the lines, where we make the picks. Love MyBookie.
Yep. You are 58, 57, and 2, and 4 and 5 on your Moneyline dogs. I'm 5 and 3 on my Moneyline dogs. So you are a game above 500. Look at you.
Let's go. A game above. We're gonna
because we know pushes don't count. They don't matter.
Pushes.
You don't equate that.
No, it's useless.
You throw it out.
Yeah, get out of here. Go away.
But we're gonna start with tonight's game, Thursday night. JMU -3.5. Your Dukes.
Yep.
A team that has just been a wagon the last 2 years. Their first 2 years in the FBS. For some reason, not bowl eligible or able to play in their conference championship because of a transition.
Just goddamn insane.
Don't know. Would love to see them go undefeated.
Yep.
Would love to see the Dukes just push it in. Like, what was that Urban Meyer year with Ohio State where they probably should have made the playoff, but they just couldn't, right?
It was 13, I think.
Sounds right.
I think it was 20. No, it was 2012.
No, it was 12 because they it was either 11 or 12 because they beat our ass.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And then
we weren't
13, they were in the Big Ten championship but lost to Michigan State. And then 14, they were in the playoff and won.
That Urban Meyer Ohio State team, this JMU team, I can't see a difference.
There is no difference. And JMU's what? A 3.5-point favorite at Marshall. Over-under is 50. I'm doing two things here.
This line keeps dropping, by the way. It was 5.
Okay, so money's moving to Marshall. Love that for me. Love that for the love that. Free money, free points.
Why is everyone doubting the Dukes?
Don't know, but I'm taking James Madison. And just to piss you off, I'm taking the James Madison team over.
What is it?
This should be right split down the middle. It's probably going to be like 28, right? If the over-under is 50 and they think JMU is a 3.5-point favorite, it'll be like 28, 29 points.
It kind of works like that, but not really.
Here's the thing, though. They've scored 41, 31, 45, 36, and 38. Their team over-under is not going to be over 30, or is not going to be 31. It's going to be under that.
Yeah. So JMU over 30. Stop doing team overs. I hate you.
I'm like 5-1 on those. I'm doing them.
I keep counting them.
I know.
I don't even look it up.
I look it up for you. I look it up for you. The odds get put day of. I'm telling you, it's fucking dope. It's the way to go. And JMU is just a wagon on offense.
All right. I am going to fade you. I'm going to go Marshall.
Okay.
I just think that line movement scares me. This makes no sense. JMU's killing everybody. And for that reason,
so you
I'm going to fade the public.
You think the sharps are on Marshall?
It seems that way if the money's moving that way.
Yeah.
If the line just keeps going closer and closer to Marshall, that means there's some big boy money coming on Marshall. Okay. At home, I think that matters. I don't know. I'm gonna just go with the Thunder and Herd.
Okay. Let me see if I can actually find it on my bookie yet.
It's fine. Next up, we got Mississippi State +6 at Arkansas. The over/under is 48.5. Boy, what do you do here? Arkansas has been a tough out. Finally get a game in Fayetteville against a lesser opponent.
Mm-hmm. Man, this is a tough one. Is Arkansas 6 points better than anybody? Like, anybody in the SEC for that matter?
Yeah.
Vandy?
Mississippi State's not very good.
They're not. I agree with that, but it's just, I just don't know. I mean, this is just goddamn.
It's coming off a big win against Western Michigan. Not sure how they kind of threw that in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're a lot of these lines, or I'm sorry, a lot of these schedules for the SEC, like since you don't, I liked it better when Mizzou was in the Big 12 and you just played your non-cons up front.
No, but the SEC, typically it's usually front loaded, and then they have that one non-con before rivalry week. So like week 11.
Okay, so actually we do have the over-under here on teams. So
I
it
don't
looks...
care. I took your word for it. I don't care.
Okay,
I've
fine.
moved on.
Fine. I was right, though.
What was it, 30?
It's like 26.5.
Okay. Man, I just feel like this has to be if Arkansas gives a shit about Pittman, if the players like him at all, this is a game you got to show up for.
You have to. He's going to lose his fucking job.
Whether they win this game or not, but
you think Arkansas covers?
I'll go Arkansas on the cover.
Okay. I kind of agree just because I have no faith in Mississippi State. Maybe this is a week Arkansas finally.
Like, who do you like better, South Carolina or Arkansas?
Who do I like better?
Yeah. I think I would pick Arkansas on a neutral field.
Yeah, I think
South Carolina's
defense is so bad. Yeah, I'll take Arkansas here. This has got to be the 1 week they put it together.
Mm-hmm. They're not that bad.
No, they're not. I mean, they at least have talent on that road. I don't know. It's this has been a shocking.
Just a brutal fucking schedule.
Right?
It is. So I mean, can't really explain the BYU loss. They blew a massive lead.
Yep.
At home.
Yep.
That's a bad loss. Took LSU to the brink. Lost to A&M. Lost to Mississippi. Close game. Lost to Alabama. Close game.
I would say losing by 12 to A&M's not great. But Ole Miss and Bama, they look good. So it really is just kind of an unfortunate season for them, right? Like that BYU loss is their really only bad loss, I would say. Yeah, I agree with that.
So they're on a 5-game losing streak.
Yep.
2-5.
Yep.
Yeah, man. If they're a 6-point favorite off a 5-game losing streak,
yeah, I'll take it.
That kind of tells me
Mississippi State is trash.
Yeah. Vegas kind of respects at least the talent, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Next up, we got Rutgers -5 at Indiana. The over/under is 40.
Whew.
We are Schiano men on this podcast.
That's
However, I'm going to take the Hoosiers here, plus the 5 at home.
Yeah, home dog. I mean, Rutgers has 2 losses, Michigan and Wisconsin, both road games. Those are also, though, the only road games they've played, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't look great against Michigan State at home. I think they had to, come back, kind of, didn't they, against Michigan State?
Last week? Rutgers?
Yeah, Michigan State was up 17-6. They were up 24-6. Rutgers had to score 21 in the fourth.
And they did.
And they did. Shiano men. Man. Indiana sucks. Indiana has been, astoundingly bad. Although maybe they did low-key expose Louisville a little bit earlier in the season, and we all were kind of overlooked that.
I think they have a decent defense.
Yeah. I like the under for this game.
Because Indiana gave Ohio State a pretty good,
yeah,
at least on that side of the ball.
Yeah. I like the under for this game because I don't think Rutgers has a great offense or anything like that. And Indiana, yeah.
All right.
40 points? Hell yeah.
We got Baylor catching 3.5 at Cincy. The over-under is 50. Hate this game.
This game is unwatchable.
Cincy just got housed by Iowa State.
Which is hilarious. So they're still lacking a win in the Big 12? Or do we?
Yep.
No, they have the BYU win.
Oh, you're right. Or did BYU beat Cincy? I forget.
Something like that. I don't even care. Man, 2-4 teams. Over-unders at 50.
Yeah, BYU beat Cincy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Good for them. God, Cincinnati's on a 4-game losing streak.
Including Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
That sent the season kind of spiraling.
It sure did. They kind of gave Oklahoma a game a little bit, I guess, but I mean...
Squeaked one out against Pitt.
Good Lord. And then Baylor, in the meantime, what are they doing?
Nothing good except beat us.
No, I mean, yeah, that comeback
that's not
against
even
you
that
guys.
good.
The only other wins against Long Island. I'll take Cincinnati. It'll be at home 3.5. Sure.
I'm going to go Baylor in the points just because, man, what is Cincinnati? I mean, they're home and everything, but until they win that first Big 12 game, I'm not going to believe.
No.
It might come down to like a UCF Baylor or a UCF Cincinnati game to get their first dub.
That'd be really funny.
It's like, who is going to get their only Big 12 win this year?
Oh, my God.
And then we also got Houston and BYU on the schedule. So
You get something.
I would like a fucking conference win, though, that doesn't include the new teams.
Yeah, you need to beat a current or like a old school Big 12 team.
And
maybe
actually,
you will.
we don't play BYU. We play Cincinnati and Houston last week. So
Maybe you will get it this
is
against
fucking brutal. 'Cause
OU.
I don't like us against West Virginia. I don't like us against Oklahoma State anymore. I don't like us against Tech. God, we might have to fire Gus.
Why? But why?
Win a game,
Yeah.
Mr. Boom. Next up, we got Cincinnati minus 2.5 at Illinois. The over-under is 42. This is weird.
Why?
Illinois is at home and favored, right? Or no?
No, I thought Wisconsin's a favorite.
No, Wisconsin minus 2.5. I mean, Wisconsin's coming off a loss against a very good Iowa team.
Yeah.
I mean, they have no offense, but that is an elite defense.
And Wisconsin is probably not a team that's built to, specifically built to beat Iowa.
I have no, just because Illinois, they just came off a big upset, right?
Yeah, they beat Maryland.
They beat Maryland.
Fucking lost money on that game.
I think this is a spot where people are super low on Wisconsin after that loss. Maybe a little higher on Illinois than they should be after that win against Maryland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a game Wisconsin dominates.
Wisconsin
wins this game by 3 scores.
Yeah, I agree. Wisconsin is definitely a field goal better than Illinois. Like, I would take
And
this.
we're big Illinois guy. We're big Burt guys, big supporters.
Yeah.
But they don't have it this year. No.
I don't think they have it under Burt in general. I don't think that's happening.
It was Lovie Smith's recruits.
Yeah, he's got Lovey's guys. Oh, yeah. Sucks. But there's always basketball. They're ranked in basketball. That's what they care about anyway there.
All right, we got Pitt coming off a big win. That also cost me a lot of money.
Yeah,
Against
speaking
Louisville.
of, geez.
They're catching 1 at Wake Forest. The over-under is 42. Pitt starting a freshman. First start last week. Villanova or something.
Sure. I have not watched any Wake Forest games this year. I'll be honest. I haven't caught any of them. Nice little win at Old Dominion. We like ODU here.
No.
You know?
No.
I thought you did.
No.
I like ODU. But yeah, 3 straight losses to Tech, Clemson, whatever. And then, kind of a blowout loss at Virginia Tech. They're on a 3-game losing streak. I really don't know what they do well, but then again, Pitt is Pitt. I'll go with.
Might have found something here.
I'm going to go with Pitt. I'll go with their top 40 defense. I'll take the dog here. Wake just seems fluffy to me.
Yeah, Christian Villaway.
Villaway, whatever.
He's Canadian.
Okay. French Canadian, sounds like.
Redshirt sophomore. Got his first dub with the upset.
That's actually huge that so he's not like a kid, right? That means he's a junior by age.
Yeah. He also transferred from Penn State.
Okay. Let's go.
So there's some pedigree to this man.
I like Pitt. I like Pitt here.
I think I like Pitt too.
I don't know
I think Pitt's going to have like a little bit of a bounce back this season.
Yeah. Pitt is here's the thing people don't realize about college football because
Narduzzi's not that bad of a coach. He's never going to be under 500.
No.
To finish the season.
I think things people lose in college football, maybe in football in general, as compared to it's just like any other season. You have these swings, you have these ups and downs, but The difference is, unlike in baseball and basketball, where you're kind of used to that because there's games like every day or multiple times a week, and it's just almost like obvious to you that things won't be consistent. There'll be ebbs and flows. Because they only do it once a week, you expect consistency. And because the best teams in this sport in particular all go undefeated, basically, you expect a certain amount of consistency. But for most teams, you really do just have these like 3-week stretches or something where you're either play out of your mind or you just like play like shit. And you just kind of watch and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then all of a sudden the offense figures something out. And it's just.
Well, typically the elite teams have those games, but they win still.
Right.
Where like a Georgia has a game like they did against Mizzou last year.
Or Auburn this year. Yeah. Exactly. That's a good point. So I think Pitt might be entering a sort of upswing in their season.
I'm going to look at their schedule right now just to see if they could redeem this season at all.
So they're 2-4.
Yeah, but they got Wake, Notre Dame. That's tough. Florida State. Syracuse. Pitt, Boston College, and then Duke. Maybe not. They might not bounce back.
They need 4 wins to be bowl eligible.
They definitely need to win this game.
They have to win this game.
They have to beat Syracuse and then and then Boston College. And then try to win one of the Notre Dame, Florida State, Duke games, which I think they could beat Duke.
Yes, I think they could beat Duke.
And the Florida State game's at Pitt. That has November 4th. That's trap game all over it.
It does. I agree with that. That could be, especially if Pitt's kind of figured it out a little bit.
Because it's the week before the Miami game.
Oh.
It's the week before Florida State plays Miami.
All right. Okay. I love that. Keep an eye on Pitt.
Just look out. I think they get the 6.
Okay.
I don't know what that road is, but they'll figure it out.
All right. We both like Pitt here.
Next up, Oklahoma State. Gundy, speaking of bounce back, catching 3.5 at West Virginia. The over-under is 50. Now, I'm going to ride Gundy, man. I'm going to ride him until he bucks me.
Okay. Would you consider UCF beating West Virginia a Big 12 win?
Yeah.
Even though they've only been there for like...
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So
the
it's
Big
just
12's
not the current new class.
Yeah. West Virginia's been in the Big 12 long enough. They've played in Big 12 titles.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, right?
They didn't
At
have
least with Will Greer.
They didn't have a title game for a minute.
Did they play in the Big 12 title with Will Greer?
I don't know that they did.
Or were they like in contention for the Big 12?
They were probably in contention, but I don't know that
I know the Big 12, the championship game's newish.
I think it's only like 4 or 5 years old. Oklahoma State.
And they only added it because it boned them.
Yes, it fucked with the Baylor TCU year.
Yeah.
And those teams, unlike this last TCU team, which was scrappy, but that TCU and that Art Briles Baylor team, man, I would have liked to see them fucking sling it around in the playoff.
We beat them.
Who?
Art Briles.
Nice. Okay.
2013 Fiesta.
Justice was on your side.
Fiesta Bowl. Never forget Blake Bortles.
Justice was on your side that day. I'm going to go with West Virginia. I'll go with the home team. Obviously, we always say it's a spooky place to play. I think. Yeah,
I just like that hook. I think West Virginia could win the game on the field
by 3,
but
or 2.
Get that little hook.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's fair.
100 P. I get you.
UTSA -3 at Florida Atlantic, over under 60. FAU's kind of had a little bit of a bounce back under Herman.
I mean, they should, right? It's not like he's awful. It's just that he wasn't ready.
Yeah, Casey Thompson, though, was also, I think, injured pretty early on for the Owls.
Yeah.
But coming off a win against Tulsa and then a giant win against South Florida.
Sheesh, 56 on the Bulls.
They dropped 56 in Tampa.
Good Lord. It seems like...
Which makes that fucking Alabama game make no sense.
I think it's just because Alabama was just trying.
They were trying things, and they didn't start Milroe or let him play at all.
Yeah,
and they were trying to figure out if they had anything in Buckner or I think their third string quarterback got some action at some point. But yeah, maybe FAU is starting to hit their stride. UTSA has been kind of a massive disappointment this year with Frank Harris again.
Have they been a massive disappointment? What did we expect out of them?
I expected them to kind of maybe be in contention for a New Year's Six Bowl.
Okay.
Especially
I think I do remember you saying that.
They had all those returning starters.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost the Army. You can't lose the Army. You just can't. Army's not that good.
Well, they let Army put a ton up on them, right?
Lost to Houston. Yeah, Army put up 37 on them.
Yeah, that was not...
They weren't competitive against Tennessee.
That's not what you want.
And, I mean, Temple scored 34 on them. You can't let Temple... I mean, they beat Temple, but you can't... Temple scoring 34 is weird.
Yeah.
They beat my Texas State Bobcats, though. Who are red hot, by the way.
And just scoring out of their fucking minds.
But going off this, the way things are trending, I love Florida Atlantic here. Give me the Owls. Give me Tommy.
Okay. I don't know that I have a pick on the game, but I do like the over.
Over 60.
Mm-hmm.
That's playing with fire right there.
What?
It's playing with fire.
I think they both just are going to score a lot.
Dump
I don't
it
know what
in.
to tell you.
Okay.
I think I could see this being like a 42-21 game.
Okay. Next up, Texas Tech minus 4.5 at BYU. The over/under is 52.5.
What time is this game?
The fuck are we gonna do with this game?
What time is this game?
I think early in the afternoon. Let me look it up. So I do not believe it's 6 p.m. So it's a
6 p.m. here, so 5 p.m. in. So the sun will set by the time the game
ends.
Second half will be played at night.
So maybe Texas Tech first half.
Yeah, Texas Tech
BYU,
first
and then
half.
live line BYU.
Dude, I'm taking BYU as my money line dog.
Okay. I'm just going to take BYU in the points.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love this. Love this.
What? Any reason?
It's in the spookiest place on earth, and the second half's played at night. I think
Provo?
Tech.
Okay.
I also do. Hold on, let me look at Tech's schedule real quick, or like what they've done so far, because I feel like they've been obviously far better at home than on the road, right? So
Yeah.
they did take an L to K-State at home, and they did win at Baylor, but yeah, yeah. I like Tech better in Lubbock, so give me BYU moneyline dog. You got to pick something. I'm not taking these 1 point moneyline dogs.
Yeah. Slovis has been kind of whatever at BYU. Had 152 yards against TCU last week. No touchdowns, 1 pick. Had a decent game against Cincinnati.
The milkman's coming for Texas Tech. All right.
Yeah, I'll still take BYU in the points at home. 4.5. Yeah, I feel good about that.
Okay.
Next up, TCU plus 6.5. Coming off a big win against BYU.
At K-State, over under 59. K-State still has their destiny in their hands. As we talked about, they're splitting the snaps now.
Yeah.
I think this is going to rejuvenate this K-State squad. I love K-State by a touchdown, at least. I think TCU is kind of not like shell-shocked from last year or anything, but it's just TCU's not – no school of TCU's caliber, and that includes both of our schools, is ever going to be playoff worthy every fucking year. You know what I mean? Like, they're not some dangerous school. Like, they're going to have those up years, and then they're going to slide back down a little bit.
Well, they let their backup quarterback last week sling it.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Hoover. Threw the ball almost 60 times against fucking BYU.
Love that.
4 touchdowns, 439 yards. 2 picks. Got to clean that up.
Yeah. K-State has a good defense, but their secondary sucks. So this actually might be a good – I'm going to take the over here, too. This is a good over spot.
I think so. This kid's a redshirt freshman from Heath, Texas. I just looking at his photo right now, I like the cut of this man's jib.
Okay.
Give me TCU to cover.
Okay.
And you're gonna take K-State in the over?
Yeah.
I will take TCU in the over.
K-State has real problems in the secondary. So if TCU is throwing the ball 60 times, yeah, especially just go 4 verts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Madden plays.
Yep.
Colorado State +8 at a very surprising story this season. Barry Odom.
Barry's got the boys playing.
And the UNLV Rebels, now I believe, 5-1?
Barry's... Here's the thing with Barry Odom. We talked about this earlier in this episode about how don't let your alums be your coach because you might end up hating them.
Yeah.
You might end up fucking hating them.
Speaking of which, 5-1, only loss, Michigan.
Yeah. That Michigan schedule's looking better every week.
They ain't playing nobody. What about UNLV?
What about them Rebs?
Are we on a collision course? November 18th, UNLV, Air Force. Although Air Force just lost their quarterback for a while.
Why? What happened?
He's hurt.
I know. Just damn. Fuck.
But it's a plug and play system, you know?
Pretty much, yeah. You just put in another officer, you're fine. Dude, Colorado State's been feisty. Obviously, they took Colorado, who is now revealed to be a fucking fraud, to overtime.
Yeah, but Colorado State just beat Boise.
I know. They just beat Boise, which was crazy. UNLV, though, let me look up. I haven't really, honestly, as much as I'm happy for Barry Odom, I haven't paid super close attention to who they've played this year. I think I watched their San Diego. No, they didn't play San Diego State. Maybe that was last year they played San Diego State. Man, just impressive wins every week. Now, granted, Nevada and Hawaii and UTEP suck ass. Vanderbilt,
I just
good.
love how kind of volatile Colorado State's quarterback is.
Yeah.
Braden Fowler. 14 touchdowns, 11 picks.
Now, here's
it's a lot of turnovers.
Here's the problem. Here's where I get nervous, I guess. Is this a look-ahead game? Fresno State on the schedule next week for UNLV.
For the Rebs.
Could this be a look-ahead game? No. UNLV covers. UNLV's been handling business against these shitty Mountain West teams.
They have. I love UNLV here.
I think Colorado State...
All aboard. We lost Air Force overs.
Yeah.
And I don't even like them this week to hit the over because it's fucking Navy.
Yeah.
And it's a principle I live by is always Academy unders.
Mm-hmm.
That's just... It's been a long running bit that I've just...
Yeah, I get it.
Exceed Air Force overs. It just got to go with the under there. But I think we replace it with maybe just UNLV beating the shit out of teams.
Yes. I mean, Colorado State is...
Let's test it out. UNLV -8 here. And then every week until they're ranked, which they probably won't be.
No.
But we just take UNLV to cover.
Well, they win at Fresno and Air Force stays ranked, and they win at Air Force. They'll probably end the season ranked.
Mm-hmm. Although, and then we get that UNLV game against Air Force. We'll have 2 bits.
Yeah, the collision of bits.
Although, actually, we won't because Air Force is ranked, and they're just going to keep winning.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, it's gone. It'll just be gone.
We're losing everything.
It'll just be gone. But honestly, UNLV, dude, they're staring down the barrel of, like, including a bowl win, a 10-win season.
What do you mean 10 win?
They could get 11.
They get 11.
They could win 10 in the regular season, but I'm saying Colorado State, we both think is a win since we think they'll cover. At New Mexico sucks. Wyoming is good, but they catch Wyoming in Vegas. At Air Force, toughie, obviously. And then they close with San Jose State at home. Like, there's only 2 losses left on the schedule.
Max.
Out of how many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So they go. I mean, they might end the season 9-3. They could
love to see UNLV. Well, I want Air Force to make the New Year's Six Bowl. But
yeah.
If I had to pick another school, UNLV.
Oh man, let me tell you something. Mizzou's really good year that they're having, being undercut by Barry Odom making a New Year's Six Bowl with UNLV.
How hilarious would it be if it was UNLV Mizzou in the Peach Bowl or something?
Fuck that.
Georgia.
Oh, that would be horrible. That would take all the joy out of it. I wouldn't even, because normally I would be like, yeah, let's go win. But I really wouldn't care if we lost the Peach Bowl or something like that. But if it's to Barry, then it's just God damn it. I have to care about this bowl game that people are going to be sitting out. It's not great. But yeah, you love UNLV.
Yeah, because which bowl games have the the playoff this year.
This year, I don't remember.
It's the Sugar Bowl and the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
So yeah, I would love to see UNLV play Mizzou in the Peach Bowl.
Just be so annoying.
I was so hyped when we beat Auburn, but I have to think of that bowl game from an Auburn fan's perspective and how little they probably care.
They didn't give a shit. No. Absolutely
It was
not.
everything to us. Although it might have been a little bit more hyped up for Auburn to be like, oh, we can fucking squash this team that's undefeated.
Yeah.
And is going to claim like a natty.
But they didn't.
They didn't do it.
They didn't
They didn't
do
build
it.
that. They didn't build that. Next up, big game for us. Clemson -3 at Miami. The over-under is 48.5. I mean, I love Clemson here. I don't see Miami giving them any problems.
Really? Why is that? Because this, to me, seems like a good bounce-back game for Miami. Obviously, so they got kind of run trained on by North Carolina, who we both think is...
Tyler Van Dyke's been just he's been awful.
Yeah.
He's turning the ball over way too much. He's staring receivers down. He locks in on one guy. Doesn't go through his progressions. He's kind of trash. He's only gotten worse since like his first year. So this is his third year at Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten progressively worse.
Yeah.
Just seems like a spot where it's like, in case y'all forgot about us, now you know.
Yeah. I think, this could be a sort of spiraling situation for Miami after, like, losing to North Carolina. We both agree that North Carolina is underrated, right?
North Carolina, man, they could make the playoff.
They could. They really could.
Like, if you look at their remaining schedule, it's not really hard.
People are really fucking overlooking North Carolina. So
Because they got Virginia on there. They got Virginia, Georgia Tech, Campbell, Duke, and Clemson.
That's manageable. And then you catch
NC
Florida
State.
And then you catch Florida State in the championship game.
You could do that.
Yep. Very easily. I would say you would even put a one-loss North Carolina ACC champ in the fucking playoff.
Yeah. If they say they stumble to Clemson, but they still get into the fucking ACC championship, beat Florida State.
How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not? That'd be insane. I don't know why, but
You're going Miami.
I kind of like Miami here. I kind
Just
of
going
like
all vibes.
This is a bounce back. Yeah, this is a vibe bet.
I think it's starting to unravel.
You could be
That
right.
fucking dumbass decision to not take a knee.
That was as bad as it possibly could be.
And the Miami players just seem like guys that would check out. I think of this of most Florida schools, including my own.
Yeah.
When you start losing games, your guys just kind of like, nah, I'm out.
They got better stuff to do.
I'm done.
They got better stuff to do.
I'm not putting my entire focus into this.
No. How could you? Why would you?
So I think Miami might be in for kind of a spiral.
That's fair.
Because if you think about it, they lose this game.
It's bad.
Then they could lose. They got to go to NC State. That's losable. Florida State. They got Louisville on the schedule. They could end up 6-6. Like, no lie.
Oh, and it's an extremely Miami thing to do.
And they got to go to fucking Chestnut Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston College sucks, but at that point, last game of the season,
Yeah.
where you're already like 5 or 6 losses deep, just lose to fucking Boston College. That could happen. So you're Miami, I'm Clemson. All right, last game on the dock. Georgia State +3 at Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns favored at home. Over under 63. I'm gonna keep riding my Georgia State.
Even though it doesn't always do it for you.
No, but I don't know. I just gotta go with the Panthers.
Okay.
Georgia State should be like a decent G5 program. Just being able to recruit out of Atlanta.
Playing in Turner Field. Or whatever they call it now. It should be better for sure. They have a cool stadium. I agree with that they should. Who knows if they ever will, but they definitely should. I hate to just like take the favorite every time here, but I do want to disagree with you, so I'll go with Louisiana.
Okay.
I'm gonna fade your Georgia State love.
What's your random pick 'em?
Okay.
So I haven't picked a moneyline dog yet, so I'll probably just do that for the random game.
Your random game will be your money line dog?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I am going to go with... oh, man, I was just looking at it. An old favorite of mine. I like SMU to win at the Link by 3 scores. They're 20.5-point favorites. SMU just going to sling it all day.
That's not bad. That's seemingly solid pick. All right, I'm going to go into a weird place, I think.
Okay.
It's another game tonight. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I saw that one.
They're 3-point favorites. I don't buy it.
Now, who they playing?
Hoot hoot. Rice Owls +3 money line. Win the game on the field.
Now, it's worth noting, I as a gambler, as a gambling man, I wanted to ask you this. I want to point this out and just see. I don't know if you are concerned about it at all. This is a rubber game for Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
It's their 3rd game in a row against an Owl mascot.
Have they lost the previous 2?
No, they beat Temple. Okay, but then the Owls came back, and the FAU Owls took one from them. So to defeat the Owls this year, they have to win this game, or they lose the Owl series.
I just don't think JT Daniels is going to lose to fucking Tulsa. My guy's got to get one here.
All right, Owls take it. Owls take
Rice
the
money
season
line.
series.
Rice has been kind of sneaky. I mean,
3-3, but they beat
3-3, but nobody ever expects Rice to be good.
No, people expect Rice to be like the G5 Vanderbilt, right? Like everyone beats them.
Like really, no excuse for losing to South Florida the way they did.
Or UConn.
Yeah, that was a tough stretch there. Coming off a loss at home to Connecticut.
Okay.
But, you know, why is it only 3 points? Makes me wonder. They think it's a pick'em game. I'm going to go Rice.
Okay.
So that's all I got. That's all I got for the week.
That's all I fucking got.
We'll be talking about my school for a long time. Hopefully we won't have to see yours.
Fingers crossed.
Because now I'm just rooting for that. I'm rooting for Mizzou, UNLV, New Year's Six Bowl, Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
I'll go. No.
Will you?
I'll be in Portugal.
I'll go to Atlanta for an SEC championship, but that's it.
Okay.
I probably will skip a Peach Bowl.
What if it's a bigger opponent?
Well, Kansas wouldn't be in it at this point.
All right, what if it's the Cotton Bowl?
Ooh, I'd go to the Cotton Bowl, no question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even against UNLV?
Yeah. 100%.
Although I don't know how. What's the Cotton Bowl's probably like.
Cotton Bowl is Big 12 SEC.
Yeah, conference.
Yeah, I believe it's Big 12 SEC.
Okay. So what's like best case scenario for that then? Mizzou,
Texas?
Mizzou, Texas would be fun.
Yeah. I'd do that.
Mizzou, Oklahoma.
That would also be fun. I would go to either of those.
Mizzou, Kansas State.
I would
Rematch.
Yeah, that would be so lame. I would be bored. That'd be the third time.
They've done that before, where they've had like a rematch in the bowl game. I'm like, why are we doing this?
Didn't they do that with Florida, Michigan? Or like Michigan and Florida play each other like 3 times in 2 years because of a bowl game.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't want to see. In fact, 2 of our better.
Or like they scheduled the bowl game and then they knew that next year they had like the opening game.
Yeah,
Florida, Michigan.
it's so dumb. We keep catching in these types of games. We actually keep catching, like when we have a good year, we keep catching Oklahoma State in bowl games, and it's just like Oklahoma State's such a boring school to be like.
I'm sick of you.
I don't want to play them again, and they're probably sick of us. We're not a cool school to a lot of people either, so they don't want to see us. It's just like give me something new. I just want to see different uniforms on the field. You know.
I just want to make a bowl game this year.
I believe it.
I don't know if that's possible at this point, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Anyway,
That's all we got.
good night, ladies and gentlemen.